I went to watch SAIYAARA, completely drenched in rain. And no, it wasn't just for the cinematic effort. The real reason? A 50% off ticket offer. And to be honest, I wouldn't have gone without the discount. Not drenched in that case though. Why? Because even without aggressive promotions, this film managed to create a positive buzz. Why the hype? Simple. Mohit Suri's direction, the man behind Aashiqui 2 Ek Villain Kalyug, meaning the music has to be on fire. YRF's production muscle, which mostly does not compromise on quality. And finally, the launch of a pseudo-nepo kid, Ahaan Panday, cousin of Ananya Panday, mentored by Aditya Chopra for years, finally making his grand debut. But film kaisi thi? In one-liner, a breath of fresh air in today's otherwise soulless Bollywood. I went in with zero expectations, and trust me, that's how one should go now. The film did captivate me, and I'm so happy for that. अब शायद रिपोर्ट्स आएंगी कहेंगी कि कॉर्पोरेट बुकिंग्स हैं या पेड प्रमोशंस हैं whatsoever, but I genuinely believe that today's youth is smarter enough to differentiate between what's genuine and what's just noise. The story. SAIYAARA is like if Rockstar and Aashiqui 2 had a millennial child. It's the story of Krish Kapoor, played by Ahaan Panday, a struggling music artist chasing his dreams, and Vani, played by Aneet Padda, a deeply sensitive writer battling her own chaos. Two creative souls trying to find harmony in music and in love. Mohit Suri shared in an interview that the film was born from just 3 words: music, pyar, and memories. That emotional blueprint is visible throughout the film. Thematically, it hits right where it should. जब हम अपने प्यार और करियर के बीच में डिसाइड करने की कोशिश करते हैं. Have you felt it before? Yes. Have you felt it honestly? Maybe this time. But before dwelling deep into why this film and what about the newcomers, let's just talk about what could have been better. Obviously. Storyline. Judgment pass करने से पहले सुनो. मैं honestly 80% of the film तक बिल्कुल बोर नहीं हुई. सिर्फ 2-3 ऐसे सीन्स थे जो genuinely annoying थे. एक मोमेंट पे तो ऐसे लगा जैसे मैं कोई मल्टीपल पर्सनालिटी डिसऑर्डर वाली फिल्म देख रही हूँ. The emotional transitions weren't always smooth. कुछ पॉइंट्स पे स्टोरी इनकंसिस्टेंट थी. जैसे एक क्लियर विजन था बट वो उतना अच्छे से एग्जीक्यूट नहीं हुआ. मतलब थोड़ा ज़्यादा ड्रामा डाल दिया. एंड कुछ जगह पे लगा भाई थोड़ा तो सोच लो, किसी प्रोफेशनल से ही कंसल्ट कर लेते हैं. But the good thing is it never completely went off track. Voice dubbing and music sync. Mohit Suri की फिल्म्स का म्यूजिक is always something I look forward to. SAIYAARA's album भी तब से लूप पे चल रहा है. However, Ahaan Panday's character is a musician, but his voice was sung by multiple playback artists. It diluted the emotional connect. Just like Rockstar had one voice, that's Mohit Chauhan's, it would have helped SAIYAARA create a stronger emotional connect if they would have followed the same path. Promotions. YRF kept things under wraps, but maybe too under wraps. In today's times, newcomers need that tadka, some BTS glimpse or chemistry sneak peeks and things like that. मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ हर चैनल या हर शो पे जाके इंटरव्यू करो, वो कुछ ज़्यादा ही हो जाता है, उतना भी नहीं चाहिए. But the truth here is that the hype came more from the nepotism chatter than the strategic marketing. And then the real question is that hype justified? Pacing. First half definitely ज़्यादा engaging था than the second, which is like pretty common nowadays, unfortunately. But इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि second half boring थी. It's just first half had that more pace and novelty. The film is not something I wouldn't have anticipated, but it still made me curious enough to go and watch it. And honestly, I stayed hooked till the end, bearing a few hits and misses. But considering the current state of Bollywood, SAIYAARA feels like a rare win in a sea of letdowns. Not because the standards are low, but because the film genuinely manages to spark interest. And the big question is, why does it work? Casting and characters are right on place. Right people for the right age. This is where SAIYAARA wins. Like, finally Bollywood casted characters that actually look their age. No 30-somethings playing a college kid, VFX de-aging. Just fresh beliefs and fresh faces. Also, what really works is that it doesn't feel like a millennial love story written through the lens of someone in their 40s trying to guess what millennial romance looks like. It actually feels authentic and relatable as the director made sure younger writers are involved during the script development. Kudos to that. No over the top acting, parents are acting like parents, friends are acting like real friends who provide unlimited support without any judgment. Music, obviously, the Mohit Suri signature. Say what you want, but you can't fault Mohit Suri when it comes to music. The SAIYAARA soundtrack is a slow burn masterpiece, meaning Dheere Dheere it will capture everyone's heart. Honestly, I had all my hopes pinned to Dhun. I mean, it's Mithoon and Arijit Singh's killer combo. And while the song is definitely good, the ones that instantly stood out for me were the title track by Faheem Abdullah and its soulful female version by Shreya Ghoshal and Humsafar by Sachet-Parampara. That just shows how high the musical expectations are when it's a Mohit Suri film. Cinematography. A big part of the credit goes to YRF. With no budget constraints, they managed to shoot in real life locations and that add authenticity and elevate the entire viewing experience. Aashiqui 3 angle. Honestly, I'm so glad they didn't name this Aashiqui 3. That would have brought an entirely different set of expectations once the film wasn't trying to meet. Interestingly, Mohit Suri did share that Bhushan Kumar and Mukesh Bhatt had initially approached him to develop Aashiqui 3, but due to creative differences and a rushed announcement, he stepped away and chose to rework the concept independently. Looking at SAIYAARA now, I'd say that the decision paid off beautifully. The film, in a way, set up unrealistic expectations of love and companionship. And I say that with full appreciation because it's not unrealistic, it's just missing or bent away in today's generation. In a time where my own beliefs in today's version of love and support has been running pretty low, it's refreshing to see a story that attempts to bring that belief back. And more so because that is the reality. Few hits and misses in life shouldn't take that belief away from one. No over the top drama, just real people with real emotions learning to forgive, support, and love each other without feeding any gender based ego. That kind of mutual acceptance, rare in both cinema and real life. And the ending, good to have that. So simple yet so moving. The way the final song blends into the story, emotional. Even though I could predict what might happen next, I didn't expect they would show this. No spoiler related this video. The way Ahaan Panday's character stands by Vani so effortlessly, so fully, like genuinely made people like me feel love again. And the theatre audience made sure to appreciate it, which is a big deal. Now, coming to the most anticipated part. How were the newcomers? Aneet Padda, who played Vani, beautifully captures the essence of an introverted girl. Someone shy, yet self-assured, quiet, yet emotionally grounded. You can feel her trying to navigate this overwhelming city on her own terms. That said, there were moments where she felt a little too lost. Almost like she was zoning out instead of reacting to what the character was supposed to be experiencing. At times, it seemed more like an acting disconnect rather than character choice. A few subtle eye contacts or grounded moments could have made a huge difference in connecting us more deeply to her journey. And okay, ranked alert! Why so many female leads these days are speaking so softly and barely moving their mouths? I mean seriously भाई, मुंह बोलने के लिए दिया गया है भगवान से. Use it properly ना. Dialogue delivery needs clarity. थोड़ा open mouth speaking तो बनता है. That said, Aneet is still mile ahead of new age actresses. She's got talent, no doubt. With strong direction and craft-focused work, she could become one of the most reliable faces of this generation. Her emotional breakdown scene, the crying, screaming, and then passing out, gave a glimpse of her range. It felt real, not someone is acting, and I really hope she continues to explore that. Her parents in the film, played by Geeta Agarwal and Rajesh Kumar, yes, our own Rosesh Sarabhai from Sarabhai vs. Sarabhai, are just on spot. No unnecessary drama, just real believable parents. Paran Badola as Krish's father and Alam Khan, the one from Koda Factory, as the best friend, also added layers to the story. Alan especially brings that much needed mix of humor and loyalty, a good casting choice overall. And finally, Ahaan Panday, a dream debut. He plays Krish Kapoor, a struggling musician chasing his rockstar dreams, and delivers one of the most promising debuts in recent years. I would place it right up there with Sara Ali Khan's Kedarnath debut. But, and a valid concern, the real test lies ahead. Can he deliver consistently across different genres and directors? Or is he dependent on strong direction, like we saw with Sara and even Arjun Kapoor post their debuts? That said, my gut tells he's here to stay. He brings a certain local boy charm that we have been missing in the newcomers lately. No foreign return trying too hard vibe. He's rooted, fresh. And yes, he can speak Hindi without an accent. You guys know why I'm saying this. Were there few misses? Yes. In my opinion, some shortcomings in his performance were noticeable during intense emotional scenes. While his expressions convincingly portrayed pain, the emotional impact fell short when he was shouting. The necessary vocal intensity or pitch just wasn't there. This sometimes made moments feel less powerful than they could have been. However, these are the areas that can definitely improve with experience and proper guidance. He got those Ranbir Kapoor style sad eyes, and I hope he learns how to use them as a strength. He felt like a natural. I hope it continues. But overall, an excellent dream debut. Now see how he builds onto it. Now, an important insight to all those people controlling the film business. First day 50% discount gave you a 20 crore plus opening with newcomers. Are you guys watching it? People will come to watch the films in theatre if you make them accessible. Imagine if Bollywood normalized affordable ticket prices for good content like this. What an audience boost it would be. This has been a persistent issue and I'll continue to speak about it, sorry. A 20 crore opening and counting is nothing short of a dream start for newcomers. Just imagine how much lower the numbers would have been without the 50% discount on the first day shows. Think. Please reduce the ticket prices. This isn't just about profits. It's about nurturing a healthy cinema culture again. Final verdict. Theatre worthy? My measure of good film to watch in theatre is, will I watch this again on OTT? Then my answer is yes. Yes please. Watch it in theatres, soak in the monsoon, feel the music, rediscover some faith in love, and support this new generation of artists who are actually trying. Hopefully, they wouldn't take it for granted. Mohit Suri, thank you for not naming this Aashiqui 3. The film has its own identity, and honestly, that's the best compliment I can give it. I know there are going to be post-release interviews now with the main cast, and I wouldn't want it in another way.
Thank you for watching.